there's a lot of conversations that happen off camera, which is why I'm bringing them back. In terms of like working on yourself and like knowing where you're coming from and whatnot. David was saying that one of the areas that works for him, for example, is like if there's conflict with a particular person, and this brings up the breathing thing that I wanted to bring up anyways. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. He was saying that one of his tactics when there's conflict is to literally breathe, or like walk away from the situation, take a second, and then come back when he's calm, right? And different people are different, but I think that's a lot of people would benefit from that. / just the thought of like taking a second to not react out of emotion, because I think a lot of people just love to just immediately fire and not just like think about what they're saying or how it's going to affect the other person. Or some people just like almost let themselves fill up with rage because they feel like they're entitled to the rage, so they don't even think about how it's going to affect the situation. They're just like I should be allowed to be mad right now, and so let me be mad. As soon as somebody
aggravates that,
and it's just like
and like for me, I'm an emotional person, but I'm not like when I find I'm usually kind of just cruising, you know what I mean? Like a steady kind of happy, you know what I mean? That's kind of like my go-to spot. But sometimes the train gets off the rails and I'll be really like super excited. Like that was my problem before races. I wouldn't get nervous. I get super excited. And then I have it the same other way. Like if like I'm dating someone or I'm in love really hard. You know what I mean? It's same with like if I'm mad at someone or angry, I'm really angry. And that's why the breathing for me, it helps bring me back to like on the tracks, like that steady kind of happy, because I find like it gives me a second. And I was saying to Xay, I was like, sometimes I just say I need to take a nap. I take a nap, just be by myself, 20 minutes.
You've said this before, like there's something that you've done.
Well,
taking a nap
because I have I done it before.
Or you?
Well, in that conversation, I was just saying that usually like I'm a person who if like if I have an argument or something, or like if I'm like if things are not happy, if I go to sleep and wake up, I can't wake up angry again same way. I'm not like that. But on the topic that David was just saying, I actually heard, I don't know how credible this information is, but he was this person I was hearing said that there's actually like a chemical reason why breathing helps you to navigate situations, and this person was also saying that there's a lot of situations including happiness or including like what was he saying, laugh. I think he was specifically talking about laughing. He gave the example like it's very easy for you to wake up mad as opposed to happy, or like, because if you think about it, like you literally physically need oxygen to laugh.
Yes.
And when you're sleeping, or like when you just like wake up out of like a deep sleep, for example, you need to like breathe for a second to even get that oxygen in your body for you to even be able to you know what I'm saying? So it's like just using that concept, breathing is so like powerful in terms of just resetting your body and like allowing those chemicals to refill those happy emotions that if you want to feel those happy emotions, literally just breathing.
Yes.
It's breathing.
Yes.
So crazy.
Yes.
It's so insane.
When you're 5, 6, 10 reps deep in a workout and you still have the same amount of rest that you started with, breathing. It like literally is like recovery in, relaxation out. Like I remember it like that's what it is. Like breathing, like we do Wim Hof.
Yeah.
Which is, if you want to tell them the Wim Hof story. I feel like a lot of people know Wim Hof by now, but we've done it a couple times together too.
This is a breathing exercise, right?
Yeah. I was telling Xay, the Wim Hof, the dude, his wife passed away. She was really depressed, and she ended her life. And for him, that was like his kind of world. And he was obviously devastated by it, and he needed to feel something again. I think he lives in Iceland or somewhere up there, and he'd cut a hole in the ice, jump in freezing cold water, and then he would just return to his breathing. And he developed this breathing method that he shares with millions of other people. Vaughn and I do it all the time. Like, and it's, for me, like I've done a lot of other breathing work and things, and this one really, it just really works for me. Like it can energize me. It can calm me down depending, like I always set a purpose before I go in mentally, and whatever that purpose is, I can usually achieve it.
Wow.
And like sometimes, like this last semester I was in school, I was training, I was super busy, and I would get into bed at 10 p.m. and I'd be like wired. I'd just be like mind racing of everything going on, and I would just do this breathing to calm myself down to go to sleep. It'd take 10-15 minutes and I'd just be out.
So like what exactly is it? Like how do you...
It's a focus of, like, you do about 2 minutes of a inhale, exhale, consistent, like, and you do about 2 minutes of that, and then you go for a breath hold. Okay. There's different variations of it. I usually start around like a minute and a half, 90 seconds, and I know that sounds like a long time if you've never done it before. But once you build up, I don't want to get the science wrong, but I think you build up all the CO2 in your lungs, and then that gives you...
Because you're basically hyperventilating actively.
Oh, yeah.
And that gives you the ability to just hold your breath for so long. And you just hold it, and you get this like euphoric kind of feeling. And you can kind of just let everything go. And then once the 90 seconds are up, you do inhale. And you hold for about 15 seconds, and you kind of tense your whole body, and then you exhale for those 15, and then you go back into the rhythm again. And then the goal is to do the next round at 2 minute hold, and then a 2.5, 3 minute hold.
3 minute hold is ridiculous to me, bro.
But the deeper you go, the more you're able to do.
Yeah, you got to try it. You got to try it.
We'll try it. We'll try it later. We'll try it.
Oh, yo!
We'll try it later.
That's so insane, bro.
Yeah, and it's guided. Like on YouTube, whatever. It's just guided. You just lay there, find a nice, comfy spot, and
bro. Even like, bro, because the extent of the ones I've done is literally. For example, I don't know if anybody else has got this, but like, for example, if I'm like nervous, I'll literally be like, not like super visibly shaking, but like I could, like, for example, in a basketball game, if I'm nervous, if I have to dribble the ball, I'll literally feel like I'm not in control of the ball because I'm like slightly shaking a little bit. So I'll literally like inhale as far as my chest will go, and then hold a little bit. Exhale slowly, and it literally gets rid of all the shakes. It literally gets rid of like everything. It's insane. Just like crazy. Just that, or like chewing gum. I'll literally like that's another, because I don't know how credible this information is either, but I also heard that the fight or flight response that you get into with certain situations, eating is a mitigator of that, because your body thinks that you're safe if you're eating. So mimicking the action of eating is one way to relieve stress, because it's like you can't be...
Wow, I actually did not know that.
Well, I don't want to say can't, but like it like almost tricks your brain into thinking like, okay, this can't be a stressful situation because you're eating right now.
So that's crazy. I was gonna share as well, because your basketball analogy and also like experience reminded me of this. I was in practice the other day, and I think I was doing like repeat Ks. I was doing like repeat Ks on the trail, which is 1 kilometer 4 times is I think is what I did, and then I had another workout on the track after. But I think I was like 3rd set of 4. And there was a definitive moment where I literally felt my breath being like, and I was
like out of control.
Like out of control. Like I was running, but you could run without a purpose. So I was like, okay, let me just lock into this breath, bro. And I tell you, my hips lifted out of my core lifted out of my hips. My chest lifted out of my stomach, and I just felt taller.
Wow.
I felt better. I was able to lean in. I just felt good. Like I didn't feel tired anymore.
Dude, bro, let me talk about this real fast. But let me ask a couple questions, because it's too crazy to me how important the mental shift is in terms of just like if you have whatever goal you have, it's mostly mental, bro. Mm-hmm. So let me ask about track first, and then let me ask about just in general lifestyle after. But for track, what percentage would you say is physical versus mental?
What you got?
So originally, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard this before, it's like 90-10 is like the classic response in terms of like mind or mentality being 90, physicality or like talent, hard work more like 10. Honestly, there is a level of like, yes, you have to be somewhat talented or just know how to work extremely hard. That anybody can do.
Yeah.
So if anybody can do it, I mean, to a certain extent, like you're talking about at the elite, like anybody can do it at that level. Like you're at that level, you can do it. Like you can do the work. Mentally, will you thrive and sustain? Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah, like what I'd say is, like you have to be physically fit to run. Like me running against pretty much any rando person in a 400, I'd win. It doesn't matter their mindset, things like that, just because of the amount of training I've put in. But I think at the top level, that's where the 90-10 comes in. We're all fit. We're all
Woo!
You know what I mean? And
that's crazy.
So that so to that point, I would shift it to 95-5. Mentality. At the elite level,
I see what you mean though.
It's 95-5. Like yes, 9, 10, 90 and 10, I get that. But like when everyone's at that level physically,
it really is 95.
It really is 95-5.
Wow. Cause that's another thing. Like I don't think people really understand, even in different categories, but like the separation of elite versus even just pro and then elite is different, bro.
Yes.
And especially if you're talking about regular people versus elite. So it's like if everyone is elite, bro, the mental game is up there, bro. Like it has to be up there, dude.
Imagine stepping on the line and everybody's thinking my training is the best. Nobody's beating me on like today.
Facts.
Everybody on that line
believes the same thing.
Believes that, and that belief is why they're there.
Do you, bro? Just the fact that you said that, bro. Take in that every amazing story of every famous runner you've ever heard, or famous athlete that you ever heard of, a famous story. This person had this type of mentality, and because of their mentality they won. Take in the person who lost or came in second place, third place, whatever, also had the same mentality and lost. Damn.
Well, yeah, what someone told me one time was whatever, this is from a track perspective, whatever race you go into, if you don't think you're gonna win, you already lost.
Woo!
And I apply that to other aspects of my life. And to be fair, like sometimes, like I'm not gonna win. You know what I mean? But if I think that way, it's gonna get me higher up.
I feel you though.
Shoot for the stars. What's it? Shoot for the stars, get on the moon.
Land on the moon.
Yeah.
Like we talked about this briefly, where it's like the delusional positivity thing.
Yes.
Where we were talking about, I think it's beneficial to have the mentality of thinking you're the best, or like thinking that you're however valuable you want to be, just to have the mindset to like give you that little edge. But to his point, I think there also, like the main key for me at least, is I think there needs to be a little bit of awareness to where like you're doing that just to put yourself in the mind state. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like not to actually believe that for real. Yes. Because I mean, so you might believe it in certain circumstances, but like sometimes like like for example, if I get in a room with certain rappers, subconsciously or consciously, depends, I may like in the back of my mind know that like, okay, this person is obviously a better rapper than me. Like I'm obviously not better than them, but I might just tell myself I'm the best just to give myself, to put myself in that mind state.
But like the fact that you're in that room, you can say you're the best.
Okay, facts.
You're among the
okay, facts.
So like
so
this is what I'm saying though. Like I say that to say this: the way you program your mind, like I got to that conclusion naturally. If you can program your mind in a way where your natural responses are silver linings, optimization, efficiency, pivots, like, bro, you're never gonna lose because there's in none of those things do you quit. You only lose when you quit.
That's facts. So that's facts.
Take it as it comes. That's facts.
You know, I got a question for you actually. Yeah. So when we're on the track, you obviously have to shift into a certain mindset. And I find for me, the person I want to be on the track isn't necessarily the person I want to be in my day-to-day life at all times. Because you're like, you know what I mean? When you're on the track and doing stuff, like I gotta think like I'm a warrior.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I don't care about anything.
Yes. I feel you.
But then when I come into my day-to-day life, I like chill. You know, I want to be chill. Like I'm a compassionate person. I care about like
I want to care about stuff too,
like stuff like that. And I struggle a lot sometimes to go both ways, you know what I mean? Get into that mindset, and then sometimes to get out of it too.
Yeah.
Do you find the same thing?
Wow.
So for me, I don't know if I can say the same just because I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
Like I've been running training for track and field since I was 3.
What?
Bro,
every time you say that,
walk at 3.
I was walking at 6 months. You didn't know?
Bro, who is this guy, bro? Who is he, bro?
I think we gotta call mom. We gotta bring out
who is this guy, bro?
Little camera. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
6 or 7 months I was walking. But I say that, like, I don't know much else outside of track and field, in the sense of my life outside of track and field, because I started track and field so early. Everything around it was supplementary to track and field.
Yeah.
So
wow. It's almost like your regular life is preparing for the track.
Exactly. So like my like you always say I'm intense, and like the only reason I'm intense a lot more these years is because I've figured out, or I'm trying to figure out, how to transfer all of my principles that I've learned as an athlete to my life. Period. And to what you were saying earlier, like when you want to take that mentality of track and field and then apply it into winning or competing or being someone in a way where like you are that guy or that girl, period, in your life is it's a feat. Because it's one thing to like develop principles and how would you say, attributes over time and not really realize it because you're just putting in the work, and then actually taking those attributes and trying to actively apply them to somewhere else. It's difficult because for me, I think I've learned so much coming up over the years subconsciously. And now I have to be aware enough and actually sift through, what did I learn? What are the principles? Why do I get up in the morning every morning, 7 days a week to go to practice? What is that? Why do I do that? Okay. Once I find my why, I've reinforced again and again and again why I do it. And like, even for us in like the fall season, we were faced with like a crazy decision. And with guide running and whatnot, and pursuing career in my career, and I was just like, what is my why? Like, why? And in choosing what I chose, and which is what like my career for now, which that enabled me to go through a process of why I'm doing what I'm doing, and then in turn boosted the crazy living life out of my confidence, because I'm like, oh, this is why I remember now. Let's go to work. Like it's that like I didn't talk about anybody else. It's me against me. That's it.
Who let him cook?
Bro,
let him cook?
Bro. Okay. Now I find this very interesting because you brought up the why, and you brought up like lifestyle stuff, right? And then to your point, I think it made me think about this thing that I saw earlier, because you were talking about sometimes it's difficult to like put yourself in the zone where it's like you almost become a different person, and then it's hard to get out. Same thing with actors too. Sometimes like they like spend so much time getting into a role that's like not necessarily them, and then to get out of that mindset, especially if it's like a psychotic person or whatever, they sometimes even have to go to therapy to get or whatever.
Like the Joker.
So I find this this topic very interesting because I saw this video of Hassan Minhaj, comedian, who was talking about there needs to be a conversation of like the definition of success, because like a lot of these famous people, not even famous, but like a lot of these successful people are successful by a lot of metrics, but then like their lifestyle is messed up because their family is not, you know what I'm saying, intact, or like whatever, or they're miserable people or whatever because the only thing that they cared about was just the money, or like the only thing they care about is just like career, whatever. So it's interesting to me to think about like would you more want to consider it like, would you want to keep the traditional work-life balance where it's like, okay, I'm gonna push really hard at career but also try to maintain the things that are important to me? Would you rather think about it like that, or would you combine everything that you want in life all into one and then say, okay, that ball of everything that I want, I'm gonna go get that? So it's like, oh, family, very important, relationships, very important, love, very important, career, very important, all those things. Okay, now I'm gonna push towards that. Or would you want to think about it like, okay, career over here, I'm gonna like haul ass, like nobody's stopping me, but then I'm gonna take a break from it sometimes to come over here to my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, very interesting.
I think for me, I think like when you talk about the ball, I would look at it like the ball, but it has like layers to it, like your most important things coming up. And for me, I believe what success is realizing that you have enough. Like once you kind of get to that, because I think like it's so hard to get, like you see like billionaires, you know what I mean, they don't have enough, they want the next island, the next yacht, and it's like well, you would say they're successful, but realizing that you have enough is when you're successful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bro.
Wow. Do you wow? Bro. No, there's wow. No, there's so much to unpack about what he just said.
You don't even know.
Christmas came early.
No. You don't understand.
I don't know, but
he just said,
gem of the whole pod, bro.
Dude, because okay, even the one word enough. Even that one word in today's society is ridiculous, bro. Enough? What is that? Enough? What is that?
Well, because we live in a society where like you can't get enough.
Bro,
you know what I mean? Like if you want, you can eat till you kill yourself.
Yeah.
You can go to McDonald's, you eat away.
Yeah.
Same with like all aspects of it. You know what I mean? Like
bro,
sex, Tinder,
everything. Bro, enough? What is that?
Yeah.
Bro, beauty standards never enough. Bro, money never enough. Bro, relation never enough. Bro,
that's what J. Cole talked about, bro.
Bro,
definition.
Bro, this is why I love. That's one of my favorite artists, bro. That's literally my favorite artist of all time. That's literally why, bro. Bro, enough, dog.
Yeah, that's huge.
And what's crazy to me about that is that not only is society in a state where it's pushing you to want or to not be satisfied, so like they're pushing you to like always want the next thing or whatever, but it's almost like people genuinely don't want to be in a place where they're like things are enough. Like they think that's bad. Like some people think that's like stagnant almost. Like it's like, oh, if I think everything is fine, that means I'm not progressing. So I literally don't want to be there. So it's like,
see, now that part is interesting to me because I've thought about, I posed this question on my IG a while back, and I said, you've made it, like what's next? And I feel like that, like one of my good friends, Jack Von Cena, shout out Jack, go check out his he just dropped an album, like his Von Cena Everywhere. But he hit me up and he called me actually. He was just like, yo, like that actually got me thinking about XYZ, and I was like, bro, this call alone is just but like I don't feel like people think about that part of it. It's just like, that's my goal, I'm gonna get it. Okay, and you got
what
it. What
after?
next?
You know that's what scares me on some real shit is that like once, like for me, I want to, like my goal is to kind of like be a professional athlete, like to get a Nike contract or Adidas contract or something like that. And like if I got that, and then I also like I really want to be a dad, like I have a family.
Respect.
Like, and once I have that, like it's scary to me because like that's
like
all I wanted. Like what's after that? You know what I mean? And,
Bro,
and that's something to think about.
To be honest, this kind of goes into a conversation that I've had with multiple people where it's like, even in relationships in general, when you think about the classic Disney story, for example, it always ends with happily ever after. What is that? Like they never show you
what's happy.
Like what does what does happy look like? They never. I can count on one hand the amount of like movie/TV shows that actually shows you being in a happy committed relationship that's healthy. Like because most of the media, it's like I mean, granted, it makes for interesting television because it's entertaining to watch.
Sells.
But it's like it's almost always like if it's consistently going to show you a relationship, it's either one that's not healthy or it's one where the end of what they show you is when it gets healthy and then it ends right there. They never go, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
once you get there, it's over. That's what we've been taught to believe.
It's literally and it kind of goes into the conversation of just like conditioning, right? Because like the whole society basically has just been raised on this idea of once you get what you want, then that's kind of just game over. Like you've won. It's almost like you playing a video game and you beat the game, then it's like, okay, next game.
I think low key why it's also scary. It is the unknown, which is like the biggest thing for humans to be like, oh, I don't know. But again, also, it's the fact that we also get to a point where it's just like we have to rely either on like something else. It's growth. It's different. It's because I imagine for you like you get that deal, you also a dad. And you're
hold on, I have to stop you. The fact that you said when, say that. Come on.
Talk into existence. Talk into existence.
When. Continue.
Yes, bro. When you get to that place, I truly, in my heart, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I truly feel like on the way to getting there, the person you have to become to attain those things, you'll know what's next.
Woo!
That like I.
It's like the adventures in the journey,
dude.
You know what I mean?
Dude, bro, there's some gems in this podcast, bro. There's some gems in this podcast,
dude. But I agree with that. Like, on the way to getting what you want, you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. You're gonna see a lot of stuff. It's gonna be. It's like what I can't remember what we were talking about, but like the heart rate monitor before you.
It's
gonna be down.
You know what I mean? Like, That's facts. Because I mean, I guarantee you, even right now, both of y'all, I can guarantee that the place that you guys were before, some of the paths that you guys have chosen now, you wouldn't have been able to make those decisions before because you both have grown.
That's true. That's true. And I feel like this kind of goes into a subtopic of how quickly and easily we dismiss ourselves and our strength, and how really like we show up for everybody else. You got this. But then when it comes to us, sometimes it's like, well, you know, like we are our toughest critics. And I think sometimes we gotta cut ourselves some slack and just trust the process. Which I feel like this season, our training group, like para, able body, like across the board, like I see these guys putting in work. We're putting in, like, it's intentional, and I know it's like going towards like those goals. While you're in it though, like do you constantly, like, does the thought of like that major goal, getting that deal, being a father, come up day to day?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, I think for me, it's big picture. Like, if I'm struggling or whatnot, like, I need to think of the why am I doing this? And the one thing I'm bringing into this next track season is, for those of you who don't know, before like a race, you go into it's called the call room. It's about 20-30 minutes before the race. You're just in there, and you can't have like your phone or like you're just there sitting, and all you like, it's a real mental battle, mental warfield in there. Like, it's just you and your competitors, and you're there, and it can like make or break the race, I think, a lot. And what another athlete I know, he has a book he brings in, and what he would have in the book is other people would write things for him into the book, like quotes or things or just whatever. And you just read through the book for the 20-30 minutes before the race. And that's what I want to do. I want to get my teammates, my friends, family to like write in the book. And then also like social media, I get a bunch of messages of people like with disabilities or visual impairments. They message me and they'll say, oh, hey, like, I've been visually impaired, I've been struggling with depression, but like I watch your videos and it makes me feel great. And I want to write those, like take screenshots and put them in the book, and just before the race just flip through and be like, oh, this is why I'm doing this. This is why I'm doing this.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, that is one of the most elite things, because even with, and I know you've talked about this before, where it was like some like kids will come up to you or whatever, and you're like, follow your dream, and it's like that's what it's all about, right?
Yes.
And I completely, like, even with music, I completely agree. Like I've gotten a couple times where somebody will like DM me out of like the blue and be like, yo, I listened to your song and it actually like helped me out. Like I literally, like, it took me out of like a difficult time. Like that's what it's about, dude, man. Like that's
when I say, dude, like, shout out Jack again, bro. Von Cena, when he called me, the feeling I felt from just someone like and it wasn't, I wasn't looking for, like, I was literally I just wanted to bless people with this thought. And just the fact of like, yo, what's good? Oh, dude, I just saw your IG story. Oh,
man.
Didn't think about that before.
Oh, man.
Get off my phone. What are you saying to me right now?
That's what it's about, bro.
Dude.
That's what it's about. Which is why it's like all these people on social media talking about money. Like, bro, even this, bro, we haven't even been doing this podcast in all honesty for that long.
No.
And I've already had people hit me up, you know about this, hit me up talking about, oh, I watched y'all podcast and it actually like enlightened me to like a different view that actually helped me. Like it actually like this is helpful. Like this is, bro, like that is what it's about. And I'm not talking about like, oh, just information because we're like educating because we're holier than thou. That's not what it is. Like the person was talking like, yo, I feel like I'm sitting with y'all on the couch just figuring stuff out. Bro, that's what it's up. Bro, and you don't understand how I felt, bro.
Yeah, like for me too, like with social media and stuff, the same thing. Like when I first started, you get the messages and stuff, and then I find I get caught up. You get caught up with the views and the likes. Yeah. And I'm like, like this got whatever many views and whatever many likes. It's like, it's not that good. And then so I I've definitely been caught up in that, and I'm like, oh, like, why isn't it doing good? And it's and I always try and bring myself back. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I'm not gonna lie, but I need to bring myself back to like, well, it got at least one view and at least one like, and maybe that helped that one person, you know, that was like me or something like that, and that's all that matters.
Exactly. Dude. That's exactly what I was saying. Because like for me, and like for those who are watching, like, you know my heart, and you know like where we're coming from with this, but like success to me is being able to like, I'm not exaggerating, I'm being extra. Like, this is literally a thought. Like, I want to be able to like lay on my deathbed and smile.
That's bro, hard. That's hard.
Like,
you put Xay on his deathbed right now.
Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And for me, I've felt
such a crazy quotation.
The emotions, the feelings, all that, but the things that stayed was helping others. That stays with me. Like, even just talking about Jack, shout out Jack again, bro. Even just talking about that story, I'm like, I still smile.
Yeah.
So for me to say impact means success for me, dead ass. Because like right now I'm feeling the tingles through my body. Like, that just feels like my life. That's my purpose. I just need impact. That's it.
Bro.
Dude. Dude, you're gonna do some crazy things though, David. Damn, I learned some things today.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate you.
Thanks, bro.
I appreciate you,
bro. This is such a good combo, bro.
Dude, damn.
Bro.
Oh my days! All right.
I can end it here. I don't know if we're wrapping up.
Yeah. I was gonna say I was literally about to turn it over to you.
Well, what I was gonna say is I can end it. I think with a blind story.
Ooh.
I think we can do it. I think I'm trying to. The problem, like, I got so many. I don't know if you guys like want like a funny one. We need like
whichever one like. It's calling on you.
I'm gonna do this. This one's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay? I feel like we talked about some heavy shit. This one's real.
I bet.
That's what it is. So okay. So I need to like be careful of the details here because I don't want to expose.
We get into tea now.
Get the tea. So this was on Halloween a certain number of years ago, and I was at a party, and I had class the next day. It was Halloween. It was on like a Thursday or something, and I was at the party. It's like 10 p.m. and I had my my Snap Maps. They were on, right? And this girl who like I just have on Snapchat messaged me. Was like, "Hey, I see you nearby. Like, do you want to come over?" Da, da, da. And I was like, "Well, like it's 10. I got a class." I'm like, "Okay, fine. Like as long as you pick me up because I can't drive, right?" Like, yeah. So she picked me up. Went over to her place. We're hanging out. We were drinking. She was like a beautiful voice, such a beautiful singing voice. She was singing The Weeknd, the like the Or Nah song. It was hot.
She's singing to you.
Singing too. And we did our thing. We were there.
Different.
Yeah, and
bro, Shorty picked him up and started singing to him.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And I was laying in bed, and it was like 2 a.m. and I was still like set. I was gonna go to class, and I was like, well, like I guess I just sleep here, like whatever. I'll go to class in the morning. I'm laying there, I'm like half asleep, and I wear a lot of jewelry. Like I have a necklace here. My brother made this ring for me, and I wear a lot of stuff. And shout
out MJ.
Shout out MJ. And then I felt this girl. What she did is she undid my chain, and it fell on my chest. And as soon as that happened, I rolled over. I pretended I was fast asleep, and I just rolled over, and it fell on my chest. But I'm so awake right now. I'm like, what just happened? What just happened? And then so like I'm like, I'm not sleeping here. She's trying to rob me. And so then I hear her like get up, whatever. She go brushes her teeth, and she climbs back into bed. And I lay there for like 45 minutes, just waiting for her to fall asleep. She falls asleep. I can't see anything, right? It's dark in the room. It's like sunglasses. So
you're trying to leave?
I'm trying to leave.
Wow.
So I put my chain back on. I feel around, find my clothes, put them back on. took me like 10 minutes, and then I tiptoed out of the room. I walked past her fridge. I was like, this girl tried to steal my necklace. I'm at least taking a beer for the road.
Oh my God.
So I opened the fridge. I grab a beer. I close it. And it was a basement suite. So now I'm in the backyard with my beer, opened it up, and I can't see anything. It's dark. I'm feeling around. And then I find the fence, and I climb the fence, and now I'm in someone else's backyard.
No.
Yeah. And then I get out, I find the road, I call a cab, I get home, it's like 3:30 in the morning. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm still going to class. 8:30 a.m., I'm going there, set my alarm, and it went off at like 7:30, and I snoozed it and slept till 3.
Dang!
Wow.
Bro, not everybody's Matt Murdock, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, the fact that you were able to finesse in a dark room, find all your belongings.
Bro, forget
tiptoe
the
without
dark
showing-
room.
Waking up.
Bro, I'm impressed, man. Climbed the fence, bro. In the dark.
I'm an athlete.
Bro,
I
man,
gotta
climbed
perform
the
what I gotta
whole
perform,
fence.
you know?
In the backyard of someone else, bro.
Well, have you talked to her since?
Nah, blocked her.
Bro, obviously she's not on his snap maps no more.
I turned that off too. I don't.
Respectfully.
Nah, that was like 4 years ago. So
Dude,
that was time ago.
can you imagine?
Bro, that's actually so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can you imagine getting caught trying to rob somebody and then
You robbing the blind too?
You're robbing a blind person and you failed.
Yeah.
bro?
And you failed. And you failed. Get your money up, not your funny up, right? Like, come on. Like, I don't know.
That's too much, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Like, thanks for your dude. Thanks for everything. Shout out Blind Hipster Dave.
Blind Hipster Dave.
Got more stories on TikTok if you like them, so check it out.
Dude.
Obviously, this guy's big. He has like 7 million views. Come on now. Don't sleep on him. Come on now. You already know what the deal is. What are you talking about? You thought this was a game? It's not. Damn.
What plans you got coming up for the new year? Or sorry, for this year?
Like social media wise and stuff?
No, well,
Just-
shoot, we can talk about that off camera. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm headed to Dubai in
Woo!
2 weeks.
Yes, sir. Talk to him nice.
Opening my season there down in UAE.
Mm-hmm.
Doing that. I'm trying to do more YouTube
Yeah.
content and stuff. So I'll
Yes.
just be like
We got
filming
you.
that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
Social media stuff. Really just that's really it. Focused on training here for the next little bit, and then
Fire.
back in school in the fall.
Dude, blessed.
What's the biggest games coming up this summer for you that you're looking at?
We have a world championship. So we have the Para Athletics World Championship in Paris,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's mid or early July. So that's what we're working towards qualifying here. Ran a pretty good time last year, so I'm qualified right now. But we kind of got to finalize that.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping to do that here in the first
Listen to me.
race of the year. So
Hear me out.
yeah.
David Johnson is about to pop off. So go follow this man's. Look at the journey, and when he's at Worlds, if you found him here, put in his comments. Found him to the party, reality check, good job. Run it up. You know what to do.
Appreciate that.
But thank
Bro,
you
go
for
to
your
his
time,
channel
bro.
and say reality check sent us, bro. Go do it right now, bro.
Fight. But you already know what it is, man. RCTV reality check
Oh.
in the building. RCTV. I know you ain't seen that on camera before yet. I know you ain't.
Now we have to actually do the handshake, bro. Yeah. Oh wait, I did it with the wrong hand.
That's all fine. Why am I looking like this?
Lord Kodak down, I wanna see you winning.
Yeah.
Tunnel vision.